The palaces of Udaipur, particularly the city palace complex, they are something else. Magnificent pieces of architecture that have stood the test of time. A window into India's past, its roots, but they're also shaping its future. Take a look at the Kia Sonet, one of the most striking cars on the roads right now and the best looking compact SUV. Now, before Kia's engineers actually penned down the car, they traveled the length and breadth of the country, drawing inspiration. And traditional architecture such as this, that has shaped the look and the styling of the Sonet. And of course, some of the animals that they found in the countryside. The spectacular city palace in Udaipur took 400 years to construct. Each crevice is thoughtfully constructed, each walkway meant to throw off enemies, and everywhere you look, there are stunning paintings. At first, the Kia Sonet seems out of place here, a thoroughly modern machine built to make commuting easy, sitting pretty in a palace dating back to 1553. But look closely at the Sonet and some similarities start to come alive. While it didn't take 4 centuries to build the Sonet, there is a lot of intricacy and symmetry in its design, with details inspired from historic monuments, just like the Udaipur City Palace. And it certainly has a lot more horsepower than the king's horses did. Now, we've not come all the way to Udaipur only to look at the palaces. This Sonet right here, this is Evo India's long-term test car. We've driven it around our home base, we've road tested it, but we wanted to find out how it will fare on a road trip. Compact SUVs, they're supposed to be only city cars, but can the Sonet tackle the Indian highway? That's what we're going to find out on the way back from Udaipur to Pune. And another thing that I'm interested to find out is the range. Now, when I tanked this up in Pune, it showed a range of 1,000 kilometers. This was when we were driving it around in the city. Can it do 1,000 kilometers, which is what Udaipur to Pune roughly is, on one tank of diesel? I'm very interested to find that out also. The whole compact SUV class came about to duck under that 4-meter rule and grab some excise duty brakes, and so make cars a little more affordable. And that said, compact SUVs have never really been complete, either in terms of design or in terms of engineering. Everything is been kind of in between. But this Kia Sonet and all these new compact SUVs, they really are very good. Now, the design of the Sonet, we've spoken about that extensively, so I won't go in there again. But the way the Sonet handles our Indian highways is really impressive. Now, our car here has got the 1.5 liter diesel engine with the VGT turbo, so it makes enough and more power and torque. Plus, it's mated to the 6-speed automatic gearbox, so convenience is there. This is not the kind of powertrain that you would usually find in a compact SUV. Compact SUVs have rarely got automatic gearboxes, and if they do have automatic gearboxes, those are AMTs. Whereas here, you get a proper sophisticated powertrain. Earlier, manufacturers never thought that a person buying a compact SUV would spend so much money for a proper powertrain with proper power, proper economy, proper torque, proper driving pleasure. The Sonet, it offers all of that. And the way this munches miles on the highways is very impressive. In the city, we've said that the Sonet feels a little firmly sprung, but that firmness translates into excellent highway manners. So when the roads sort of break up in front of you, the Sonet, it takes it all in its stride. It doesn't float, it doesn't wallow. The ride integrity is really excellent on the Sonet. What we are driving is the 1.5 liter diesel with the VGT turbo. So this has got plenty of power and torque for the size and weight of this car. It makes driving on the highways effortless, aided obviously by the 6-speed automatic gearbox. Now, this is a first-in-class. Normally, compact SUVs did not even have automatic gearboxes, and if at all, they were mainly AMTs. This is a sophisticated gearbox, which is basically the same spec as what you would see in a Seltos. So Seltos spec powertrain now in the Sonet, in a compact SUV. You never got this specification in a small little car like this. And that makes it really enthusiastic and really fun to drive. Step on it and this moves really well. Very energetic, great turn of speed. And when you want to take it easy, there's so much of torque to just make mile munching effortless. Honestly, this is the most effortless mile muncher in this class. It's a very refined engine. We are doing 100 right now and it is ticking over at just 2000 RPM. So it's silent. You cannot hear the engine at all. A little bit of tire noise, but that's about it. This feels like a proper grown-up car, something from a mid-size SUV segment. Another thing I want to talk about on the powertrain is the range. A full tank gives you over 1000 kilometers of range on the Indian highway, obviously. Now, this does not have a 100-liter tank. It's between 35 and 40 liters. So it's a normal size tank, but you get immense range. In fact, more than enough range for a full day's drive on a typical Indian highway. And that is the thing with diesel engines. They're still relevant in our country. Now, obviously for the city, I would recommend that you look at a petrol, and the Sonet has both a 1.2 naturally aspirated petrol and a 1 liter turbo petrol with that IMT automatic gearbox. So there are petrol options, but for mile munching, for range, for power, for that ease of driving, all that torque, the low down torque that makes driving so effortless and overtakes so effortless on the highway, diesel engines are still relevant and they still do a very good job. To make quick overtakes, you don't even have to slam down on the throttle. You just need the gearbox to go down one gear. It goes down gears also very quickly, and that's it. You've gone past all those lumbering trucks. It's very easy to keep ahead of all the traffic on the highway. On long drives such as these, the small little things, that is what makes a difference to the whole livability, to the whole experience of driving this over really long distances. Now, first things first, on the Sonet, the cabin, it feels very premium, very high quality. The steering wheel, proper leather wrap, nice sophisticated steering wheel. The seats, very comfortable, nice leather fabric on it. The visibility, very good. The infotainment, 10.25-inch screen, which looks really massive, works very well. Apple CarPlay, which I think has to be mandatory now in every single car, because without that you really do feel lost. And because it's got such a huge screen, so you can use the split view on the CarPlay and it works really well. The sound system, it's got a Bose sound system which sounds very good, unlike anything else in this segment, to be honest. It also has that mood lighting, so in the dusk, in the dark, this door pads, all of that glow in different colors. You can set it up, so that looks really cool. It's got an air purifier, but it is nicely integrated in the armrest, so it leaves your cup holders free for important things like hand sanitizer. That's in the new normal, very important thing to carry. Also, I like the way the wireless charger, the tray is separate from this other tray for knickknacks, so you still have all the space out here. And when you plug in CarPlay via the wire is not hanging around over there and irritating you. It's got a sunroof, a regular sized sunroof, so lets in a little more light and air into the cabin. What else? Cooled seats. How good is that? It's got cool seats for the driver as well as the passenger. I really like that. It also has traction modes and drive modes with this automatic gearbox. So on the drive mode, you have Sport, Eco and Normal. I've actually been driving it in Normal all this time because it really works extremely well in Normal. I've got the seat coolers on all the time because I like my backside to feel nice and cool. And it also has these traction modes, so you get snow, mud and sand. We've not found either, so we've not had any use for this, so we just left it as it is in its normal setting. This automatic gearbox, it does not have paddles behind the steering wheel, but it does have a sport mode, so you tap it down to go down the box, tap it up to go up the gears, and like I said, 6 speeds. It's not like a 5-speed or a 4-speed automatic. Out on the national highways, particularly the golden quadrilateral that we are out here on, it's rare to find corners, but once a day you will find a good set of twisties, and out there the Sonet, it really does come alive. So stick it into sport mode, and the gearbox, it's more energetic in its responses. The engine is more energetic and it does feel like it's eager, it's willing. The front end, it has good bite, there is good resistance to understeer, it turns in with enthusiasm. This chassis, is actually very good. Like we said earlier in our first drive, it has that European feel to it, so there is an underlying firmness, but that gives it great stability on the highways. There is no float, no wallow, and you dive into a corner and it really bites, grips, and puts a big smile on your face. So you point the Sonet into corners, the front end, it grips well, it's planted, there's not too much body roll, and you do know what the car is up to. This really does deliver the thrill of driving that we are so anal about.
Subscribe to the Evo India channel and hit the bell icon to keep pace with the thrill of driving.